So, Sam, what do you think about Silent Hill? Silent Hill?
One of the greatest movies Christoph Gans has ever made in his life. That movie made me cry. It gave me shivers. And I'm going to admit Jackson into this fucking room.
And that movie, honestly, it scared the shit out of me at some points. It gave me true chills, but also made me laugh uncontrollably.
Made me extremely horny for some reason. Like
I was pretty horny too.
The way that happened, that was wild.
Yeah, no, I mean, you never know. You never know when something horrific like that will just get you turned the fuck on.
Exactly.
Anyways, Jackson, back to Dutchville.
There are so many questions that are left unasked.
You'll hear in the edit.
Oh, I bet.
I'm gonna take a 3-piece with the boss sauce
Picture this.
and some macaroni and cheese.
You just ruined the fucking punchline.
Sorry.
Are you drinking paint today, Sam?
I'm drinking paint today.
That's the point.
That's the point, and that's what makes me so fucking mad about this goddamn movie. It's the point.
How do you hate this movie? I don't think about him in this movie. He doesn't exist, that fuck. That fucking fuck. I am still here for it.
Your co-host, Mr. Workman, will not be joining us this week, for I have destroyed him for all time.
That's terrible. Can we call it the Foreskin 20 episode?
I'm fucking done.
3 for 3. Now that's really cool.
Welcome, my friends, my family, my one and onlys, to another episode of the 3 for 3 podcast. We are coming back to you with another crazy episode with some picks, some all over the place picks, some things that are out of place, some things that are in order, and some things that just don't quite make sense. That's okay. Because we're here together. I'm joined today by my two lovely hosts, my balls that support my shaft. I got Jackson Workman rocking the fresh cut. I got Matt wearing the Casa Bonitas hat with his big old balloon. And if that's okay, then we're going to present you with 3 really wild movies spanning multiple decades. Not a decade that any of us were alive for, but a decade we wish we were. And a decade we maybe see now. And a decade we're better off without. But either way, we're here today. I am your host, Samuel Hollar. Once again, 3 for 3 podcast. We're going to get this shindig started. But if you don't mind, I just finished my Voodoo Ranger Juice Force.
I'm out of mine too, honestly.
And so I think I might go get one. All right? And then we'll get this ball rolling.
Yes, we will. I might need to go get one too. Actually, do you mind just grabbing one for me?
Yeah, you want to be?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Wait a minute. Something isn't right here.
Hello.
Something ain't right at all.
This episode is a very special 3 for 3.
For the love of God.
Where we are now coming to you live from Colorado Springs. Sam and I cracking our Voodoo Rangers. Cheers.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor. And we are doing this shit 2 at a time. Reminiscent of Sam and Jackson's duo video. Yet this one, I believe, will be a lot more unhinged.
Most likely.
Yes. And now we need to get set up in our own fashion real quick.
All
Yes,
right, we're here. We are in the same room, which is fucking ridiculous.
I know.
But
I get to poke you.
yeah. If you steal my joke tonight, I'm gonna fucking sock you.
Don't cut his hand off like I did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
No. My hand is so far up his ass, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut his dick off.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, no, I'm just gonna cut his dick off, and then I just went.
But yes, here we are, and we're gonna start with our earliest pick, Sir Workman's pick.
Oh God.
Because we might as well start and go through history together as a group and go through some of the greatest things to exist. Because as Kate Winslet said in a pic not too far long ago, Orson Welles is an ugly monster that doesn't deserve to exist. So we have to prove her wrong with Sir Workman's pick. Take it away, my good sir.
Actually, before I have a joke.
Oh boy.
Jackson's pick, Sir Workman's pick, is A Touch of Evil, which in this case is many things. But in the most current case, it is the touch you get from a stripper on the tip of your dick and a bump forms in about 2 weeks.
Amen to that.
This does fit into this movie, as Jackson will maybe tie it into.
Allude to
A little bit.
Yeah, I think what you're referring to might be what Marlena Dietrich did to him, but we can't say for sure. But anyway, yes, my pick this week is one that I have.
Only his doctor can say for sure, but he can't because under HIPAA. Sorry.
It's one I've been wanting to pick for a long time now. I had to wait to pick another Orson Welles movie after the documentary, so. But it's finally here. So, picture this, folks. You are a fucking Mexican special prosecutor. You don't really look or sound Mexican, though. You look a lot like Charlton Heston.
Well, that's because you're a Wexican.
You're a Wexican. That's exactly what you are. But we're just going to ignore that for the purposes of this film. And you have a wife who may or may not have been stabbed in a shower once. But, that's...
Stabbed? Stabbed?
He dropped the soap, bro.
In a shower?
One thing or another. Yes. Well, hey, guys, we're not on Breakout yet. We'll talk about getting stabbed in the shower in a different way. That one. But, yeah. So, she's your wife. You're just out fucking chilling one night. And a fucking car blows up.
It's the snow. The cursed snow. The snow that we don't have. It's 53 degrees here.
No, Sam. It's the snow bunnies. We covered this earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I didn't hear what you said earlier. What was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah. So after this car blows up, you got to fucking investigate what happened, and because it happens right at the fucking U.S.-Mexican border, and then who comes in to fucking help you investigate? Motherfucking the director and writer of this movie, Orson goddamn Welles, as the fucking corrupt ass police chief, fucking comes in with his fucking bad leg and shit.
And his big nose.
Yeah, and his weird ass fucking, prosthetics and his accent that he's putting on. But you come in and, you're corrupt. You're kind of prejudiced against Mexicans, but you got to work with this guy anyway. So it's like, fucking... It's interesting. It's an interesting time because you got to work with this guy even though he sucks, and you find out he's a corrupt-ass cop who's planting evidence and is probably trying to frame someone for this murder. He may have done it himself, but, there are all kinds of twists and turns.
See, that's where you're wrong. You thought it was Vargas, but they were just in Vargas's car, you goddamn idiot. Shut up.
Exactly.
As Orson says.
Yes, but... That's the basic gist of it. There's a lot more to it that we'll get into, but we'll just go ahead and dive right in. Since you guys just finished it, what did you think?
So this is the first time I've seen it since I talked to Sam about this earlier. I used to have a VHS to DVD converter, which I think I still do have somewhere. I have this on VHS somewhere, and this is one of the first movies I converted from VHS to DVD. And I watched this movie just through VHS, but on my TV. And I remember seeing this and being like, oh my God, this is great. However, I have the distinct, unfortunate memory of loving the movie Get Shorty, which I'm going to pick later this season to cap off. Because unfortunately, the movie Get Shorty completely spoils the fucking shit out of this entire movie. So the point when I started watching it, I knew what was going to happen. I didn't have any tension. This time watching it, while I kind of knew, I was able to kind of just let myself go a little bit. And man, is this movie a fucking tension? Is it like a knot? that just keeps tightening, if that makes sense. That's how I felt. Like, this is like just a knot that keeps tightening. Anybody who says Orson Welles is overrated, there's multiple movies you can point to. We already did Chimes of Midnight. This movie you can point to and be like, how is he one of the best fucking actors in this movie? Also one of the best directors of his time, killing it at the same time. And then I'm pretty sure he had a hand in writing it. Maybe I'm wrong. But this man just does the best in every aspect. And it's like, I literally didn't see him the entire time I watched him. I wasn't like, this is Orson Welles. I was like, this is this fucking corrupt cop that I want to punch through a fucking wall. But also, his acting is so damn good. His eyes, even Sam mentioned it. I'm sure you'll get into it. But his drunk acting is so fucking on point. Like, it is on point. And, but that's where I'm at. Like, this movie, genius, deserves its flowers. And fuck anybody who shit talks Orson Welles because they say, oh, Citizen Kane is the best thing he's ever did.
We're looking at you, Kate Winslet.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you and your Orson Welles mannequin ass claymation shit.
Yeah.
He's not a monster. And if he is a monster, he's my monster.
I said it in that episode. He can chase me through a dark alley anytime he wants.
But yeah, that was like...
Letting Sam go now.
There were numerous times that I was sitting next to Matt and I was like, how the fuck did he get this shot? Like, it is one of the most gorgeous, most inventive, visually creative kind of like things of its time. And it really pushed everything that, like, the plot, the acting, the way people looked, the lighting, the just simplicity of it. Like, it's such a calm movie, but such intense, fucking sinister and rich kind of things are going on inside of it. And so, like, really in the second half when we kind of like locked in and just let it ride, like, Orson just fucking became a whole different animal, and he just completely sold me. Every shot he was in, every fucking line he gave, and then you'd have these crazy different scenarios that would just like introduce you into the whole next set of situations that are about to unfold. And I think it really kind of built in such a way that kind of really did its job. Like, it fucking built.
That sweat that's just like coming down Orson's face during 90% of the movie. And I was like, I know he's in Mexico and whatnot, but like, I just have that, I know that feeling of just sweat.
Not the only sweaty movie tonight.
Oh.
Not by a long shot. But yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because this was like, as I said, it's something I've been wanting to get on here for a very, very long time. And yeah, my goal is to pick one of his movies, every season, and this is one for this. This is my one for this season, and this is personally my favorite movie of his. It's close between this and The Trial, but this one has a slight edge on it just because, like you guys said, the tension building in this thing is insane. The craft of this thing is insane. Every fucking aspect of it. He directs the shit out of it, of course. We've talked before about what an innovator he was. That opening fucking tracking shot is one of the earliest to ever fucking do that. Influenced so many others that came after it. And I remember noting this when I watched it for the first time. That scene where Charlton Heston and his like buddy are driving in that car, that was the first time ever in a movie where they didn't use back projection. Like, that was actually like a shot of them driving. Because I remember thinking to myself, this is 1958. This is like way far back for them to not be using rear projection and actually be driving in a car. And yeah, it's because he was just like, fuck it, no, we're gonna do this shit for real. I don't care, So
that's why Orson's the GOAT, man. Like I tell it, like you're saying, like anybody who asks, is Orson overrated? No.
Bro kept innovating, and another thing that was super innovative to tackle police corruption and kind of like, xenophobia, like anti-Mexican kind of bigotry, like this fucking far back in the 50s was like unheard of. And to tackle it so head on, it's kind of insane when you're watching it. You're like, wow,
we didn't end up tackling it until 1982.
Yeah. So
with aliens. James Cameron's aliens.
That was so good. It took me a second to be like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god. Pretty much.
It came out of me.
Yep. But but yeah, just it's really, I think, just, and Charlton Heston, like, obviously he's not Mexican and all that good stuff, but
he's Mexican. It counts.
He's Mexican.
He's Mexican. It counts.
So it's okay. But regardless of his, whatever, he's fucking great in this. Janet Leigh is great in this. Like you said, Matt, Orson Welles. I literally watching it this time, I was like, no, you're not Orson Welles. You're just this guy. Like he just.
Well, thank God Charlton Heston did this back in the day, because if he had made this movie circa today, he'd be getting deported off that set. That's how good he is.
Yep.
They needed ice to cool Orson down. It's okay.
Orson asked for some ice. They said,
I heard you, Sam.
Bet. This is Sam said, we need ice. Bet. Bet.
To cool him down.
And Charlton Heston got fucked.
Sorry.
He's like, no, you damn dirty apes.
Yeah, I think Charlton Heston's viewpoint would have been a little different if they had made this later in his life, but
He's just getting deported and he still can't break character. He's just like, damn it, Holmes.
I think even that right there was a thicker accent than he did in this movie. But yeah.
Wait, Sam or Jackson. I made this joke about it earlier. This movie, low-key, if you think about it, is a more dramatized version of Mario trying to get Princess Peach back from Bowser.
Orson's Bowser, Charlton.
Our princess is in a different motel.
Yes. Where's my wife? Damn it! And I'm just like, that's Mario.
Yeah.
And he's got the mustache.
Yeah. Just fucking batshit. Like, the pacing is perfect. The tension building is perfect. I'll never forget when he kills fucking Akeem Tamirov in the hotel. Like,
The eyes, the way his eyes,
The
bug
eyes
out are
bulging?
just-
Did you see the reconstructed version?
I think
150? It's about 150.
135 is what mine was at.
Ours was 150.
Also, you saw the Orson's original
That's what this is. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because they had options. They had like 3 options, and we chose the reconstructed version. We weren't sure what you were gonna see.
I have yet to see that version, but I would like to because
We loved it.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
yeah.
different exactly. That's the whole thing. Which we were like, oh man, I'm not sure what's gonna be different because we don't know. But
just
we
I don't
loved
know
it.
exactly what they changed. I mean, other than the opening in that version, the credits aren't at the beginning; they're at the end instead.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking
Sorry.
about that.
Yep. But because in the regular version, they're in the very beginning. But yeah, it was that version that you guys saw is based on
His notes.
his original he had a super specific memo and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it ended with the memo, or it started with the memo. Ours did, and it was a quote from the memo.
Quote, yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what it said, but basically he said if you can get as close to the picture version that I have noted down here, because this all accumulates from a hard day's work. Basically, is what he was saying.
What I love though is because Magnificent Ambersons is the same way, and some of his other movies, even when the studio changes it or edits it down, it's still a goddamn masterpiece. Because of course, there's the famous story, they completely changed Magnificent Ambersons in the edit, and it's not the vision he had at all. But that movie's still a goddamn masterpiece because of just how well he made it. Even when they try to fuck with it, they can't make it bad. This one, I guess, was kind of the same. They didn't fuck with this one nearly as much, but yeah, it's no matter what version you see, I would love to see that. I want to own it on fucking Blu-ray back there just so I can see that version of it. But yeah, I mean, I'll never forget the tension, the fucking that last scene where he's trying to get him to confess on tape. I was in my goddamn seat. That whole fucking...
Well, because he's so drunk, you're he's not gonna figure it out, and then he starts figuring it out, and there's that I don't know, there's the cuts between him and the other guy on top of the bridge, and then him under the bridge, and his quick demeanor change, in my opinion, the way he just changes demeanor completely was nuts.
And the shock of him shooting him, I think, and Heston being right behind as his body goes down, it just fully catapults you through into the rest of the last little bit where they're chasing around.
Him chasing him around, the whole ending scene, but also the whole movie to a degree. When you just look at the movie as bro, name another director just operating on that kind of level at the time. You can name maybe 3.
I'll even say now. I mean, like,
yeah, now
we were talking about how nobody's doing it.
Nobody's
can
doing
act,
it.
write, and direct all in their same picture and do the work and change
like,
yourself.
again, like what I was saying earlier, Orson, when you see him, you don't feel like, oh, he's directing an act. You know, some writers and actors, you can kind of tell they're juggling the fucking. You can tell. You can't tell with him. Anytime you're like, that man is just acting. When he's on frame, he turns that brain off. He's just there. When he's off frame, when he's directing, he's there. He's not acting. He's not directing. And when he's probably behind the typewriter and writing, homeboy's just there.
God, like the lighting over his eyes when he would turn away and then they would cover, and you'd still see what he's emoting with his eyes, even though they're in the shadows. It's just like, what?
and to your point, like even people like, you know, because there are plenty of people like, you know, Clint Eastwood or Ben Affleck who they can do all of it. Like they can direct and write and act and like do all that. But for most people who do that, there's like you can point to like which one of them is their best at. You know, like okay, like yeah, they're a good actor, but really they're a great director.
No offense to Ben Affleck, when he's on screen and he's directing and writing, you can tell. When Clint Eastwood, same thing, you can fucking tell.
Yeah,
you can point to which one of those things he's best at. Whereas like Orson, it's like no, he just all three things.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he's like perfect at all three things, which is fucking nuts. And you know, as someone who, you know, also aspires to do all three things, like it kind of is. He's an inspiration to me in that sense, because
Well, I mean, because like even the thing is like while Ben Affleck, I will say both Clint Eastwood and Ben Affleck, I'm like I fuck with their acting, and I was thinking about them too. Ben Affleck especially. You can almost tell, like I don't know, like if that makes sense, like you can almost see them doing three things at once.
Yeah, no, I totally
And when I see him, I'm just like I don't see you doing one. Like I barely see you doing the one thing you're doing.
right.
You know, like you're almost like that's why I love him as for magician, because like homeboy is a magician. He's just like, look at this, doing 8,000 other things, you know, just over here, and you're just like,
It makes me happy too, because this was like, you know, it's sad because this was supposed to be his big Hollywood comeback. Like he had been kind of in exile for a while at this point, and then it didn't quite work out because the studio fucked the edit, and you know, didn't work. But
yeah,
but it's you know, but it's cool because I do know he had a really fun time making this.
That was the funny.
Yeah, that's what's so sad to hear, that it didn't work out, because there's no way that he didn't pour himself into this, but there's also it's so effortless that it doesn't feel like it should hurt him, because like he just feels like an actor within it. But also when you realize that he's doing all these facets, the disdain for this probably really hurt him, and that's what sucks, because this is so fucking good.
Well, what it reminds me of is like some artists at the time, and I don't know for sure if I could be quoting this completely wrong, but like people like Van Gogh, they kind of got shit on at the time. They were not loved at the time. It took them years to be loved. And that reminds me of Orson to a sense, because like while he was loved, sure, for his Citizen Kane, he got shit on for the rest of his career. People made fun of him. They made light of him. He got to be a caricature of himself. And now later on, we're all being like, man, dude was a genius and stuff like that. And I don't want to say like, I'm just saying like art just sometimes has a way of like spanning time. And I think he wishes he could have seen this, like this version, not just us talking about it necessarily, but like everyone else being like, dude, you're awesome. I wish he wanted that, but sometimes you just don't get it. But like, hopefully his spirit and his whatever is living on just is like, you know, good. You know, big ups.
That's kind of the thing, is like sometimes it's not about, unfortunately, it's not about the art, it's about the conversation. You know, and like unfortunately, a lot of the time critics drive they certainly did back then, they drive the conversation. And the conversation every time he made a movie was, this isn't Citizen Kane. You know, like that's it. Like this isn't as good as that. That was it. That was all they would ever say, was like somehow, some way they would just compare it to Citizen Kane in a bad way. Whereas like now that we're removed from that, you know, and also there were so many people at the time, filmmakers, film lovers, who worshipped him. And like he probably like is right there with George Lucas as like, you know, the person who inspired most
Jackson.
people to pick up a camera. Yeah.
Stop using Juju.
Well, yes, Touch of Evil is amazing. Touch my evil until fucking Orson your Welles, because you're gonna fucking Charleston my Heston until
I'm Janet Laid.
Well, I was gonna say until I explode in your car, but that's another whole other topic. So
Either one works.
Janet Leigh can get it.
Mm-hmm.
I will dig up her corpse just like every other actress that is dead, and I'll still give it to her just so she knows that even though she's a pile of dust, she can still get it.
This is an ad for Wuthering Heights. Anyway.
Actually, we were saying she looks like
That's
Margot
the
Robbie.
point. He makes the point.
She looks like
that
Margot Robbie.
This movie is so pristine that it's like the way it just fucking visually captures you and the way it like carries you around. It's not like you're just watching scenes unfold. You are in the hands of Orson and you're just kind of like going around, and it just really kind of like pushes to this thing that like it's better than 90% of the shit I've seen in the last year that's come out. So
Sam, being in the hands of somebody you can trust,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
even when they're gonna beat the shit out of you a little bit, is comforting.
It's comforting.
Yes, and that's being in the hands of Orson.
It's purifying.
Yeah.
Very true. You're in good hands, like Allstate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, glad I finally got this one on here. It's a classic for a reason. It's just a banger. And
It truly is a banger. And fuck anybody again who says Orson Welles isn't good.
We're looking at you, Caitlin.
that they only did one good movie.
Peter Jackson.
Like that.
No, I mean, like,
I've actually heard a lot of Orson Welles slander before, and it upsets me. Like in film class and shit.
As I've said before, Pauline Kael can suck a cock.
and
Can't please everybody.
yeah.
See, this is where I cannot be in film school now, especially now. Because if I had somebody say that to me, you know what I go? My dead ass response would be, "It's in black and white. I don't know what that is. Who fucking who?
Bro, there's
The movie's not explaining his plot 3 times in a sentence. Woohoo!
Matt, you'd be mad.
I literally say this to this guy, and everyone would be like, "Dude, you're a dick," and I'd be like, "Woohoo!"
Matt, you and I would both. I would also probably say something very similar if I were in film school. I might actually yell at every person in the class who said some dumbass shit like that. It's funny because I think things like that from time to time, and I feel less bad about it now.
I just don't say it. I just kind of think it, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Again, what can you say except it's a banger. So
true.
Well, Matt, if you will do the honors, please hand me the VHS that is to the side of you. Because we're taking a hurdle future in time. And if you can help me out, please picture this, folks. You are... Sorry, we're going to get a little closer. You are Jill Ireland. Your husband is Robert Duvall, and you hire this man. We're going to make this very quick. To fucking save this man from prison, because this man has a papa named John Huston, who is not, he says he's gonna save his son, he says he's gonna make sure that everything's okay, but no, he wants him in there, he wants this shit to go down, so she has to go to the extreme lengths. Jill Ireland, real life wife of Charles Bronson, the woman who died before Virginia, R.I.P. Jill Ireland.
If we have learned anything from Spoils of Babylon, do not trust your family when it comes to an oil company.
A fucking men. And so Charles Bronson devises multiple ways to save Robert Duvall from this Spanish prison that he is in, being kept in there for multiple reasons, mainly for on purpose. And so he has to get him out. And so she lies. She does the thing that all people do. They're like, let me get you to do this job for cheap because we're near Mexico, so I can like swindle you. And then
I'm not
like,
going to tell you what it is.
And yeah. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I ask you the truth now. Let me know if there's anything that I need to know before we go in. And boom, it's way worse than you thought. So you got to get a helicopter. You got to get a fucking chopper.
The entire time, Charles Bronson is playing SoCal Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
Southern California.
Yes. And so you get a helicopter, and you fucking go in. You go in hard, with many numerous people helping you, including Randy fucking Quaid, in one of the most saucy roles I've ever seen him in. Because all he does is scream and then do extremely fucked up shit, and then also pretend to be who he's not, which we'll get into in a little bit as well. So maybe he is who he actually is. But we take you forward. You're on the journey. You're in for the fucking breakout. You're here.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, based on a true story. Here to break him out. You're Bronson. If I was home, I'd be wearing my cowboy hat because Bronson's the GOAT. Bronson's a badass. Bronson does what needs to be done. He'll do it for free, or at least half of the price of the other people who are just going to do that stupid old fucking shit where you dig a hole and you dig a second hole in case to find the first hole, because that shit is always what you fucking do.
And if you're a blonde who looks suspiciously like my wife, half off.
Half off. Half off. And that's Breakout, starring Charles Bronson and Robert Duvall in one of the best roles you could get in the last, 30, 40 years. He gave it his all, and he had, maybe 10 minutes of screen time. So.
And Randy Quaid, low-key killing it. I fucked with his character a lot. Even though this movie, I think, as we were talking about, has a lot of similar problems as Machine Gun McCain when it comes to the treatment of women. We're just going to leave it there. And we're going to explore in a minute. But am I not wrong?
Glad you also made that connection.
Hey, it's not Machine Gun Kelly starring Charles Bronson. It's Breakout starring Charles Bronson. Okay? But yes, I love this movie. It started my Charles Bronson kickoff 2 years ago when I really got into him, and I'm glad I got to revisit it. I can't believe I found it for 99 cents on VHS while we were here.
We watched on VHS.
Yeah, I switched my pick last minute because of things that will happen next week when I fucking brain rot and I fucking foam at the mouth. So I'm going to foam at Charles Bronson's sexy fucking arms at the age of 50 fucking 2 or 4. Hot as fuck with a big old mustache saying shit.
He said shit first.
He said shit first.
And honestly, like I was telling Sam, not only is he hot in this movie, what I like about Charles Bronson's acting in this movie, he gets a moment to not be stoic all the time. And he gets this outlet to kind of be fun and a little energetic. Can you tell he's kind of fighting the icy exterior? Sure. But did I fuck with his whole character in this movie and the way he acts and the fact that he's not just being I'm Charles Bronson. Yes, I loved it. Honestly, this might be one of my favorite roles of his, in the top 5 just because of his acting. Magnificent Seven, sure, he was good in that, but I swear his charisma in this was just off the fucking charts, man. I fucking loved it. In a good way, and we're going to get into it in a second, but that last kill of the movie that should jump out at you and be whoa, holy shit, they did that. I'll give this movie a lot of credit for what it is. So
this sounds horrible, but the way he manhandles her is something that also is you're not fucking hurting her while acting this scene out. You're taking care of this woman.
His throat.
He did grab her throat in the car. So
and
I don't know.
We were talking about Machine Gun McCain and that whole thing. And then also the whole raping thing. And I can forgive that whole thing, but
it can't be a Sam pick without a little fucking jokes about that.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say this. Of course, as we talked about. Why, out of all the distractions they could have fucking concocted, I'm gonna rape you in front of the guards, in front of the prison. That's the fucking distraction. That makes no sense. There's a whole scene.
Low key though, her delivery of the word, when she finally has to yell it out, was one of the funniest goddamn things. She's doing it in a way where she clearly has no idea how to say it, and I thought that was fucking hilarious.
I feel like it was intentional, but which is just weird.
Yeah, that's why I loved it. That's why it was funny.
But it's funny because is this what was funny back then?
Impossible, not for Bronson.
Also, apparently,
not for Tom Grease, director of this masterpiece.
Apparently, Tom Grease also made another movie with Charles Bronson later that started with BR, and that said they only made movies together that started with Charles Bronson's first two names, first two letters, BR. Breakout, and then whatever the next one was, which is something else. But
It's not borderline, but there's a couple others that start with B.
BR specifically. It's like BR. And I'm
Okay.
like, BR and BR. Bronson and Breakout. I can see that working. Breakout Bronson when you want to fuck your girl and then you just slam his cock on your fucking. Sorry.
Oh my god.
But did you like it, Jackson, for a last minute divot that people understand later?
Very last minute pivot because
It's not going to ruin his 99% streak, right?
no, you have one more week, Sam, before that is fucking
That's hey, he's going to tank it with the next one.
Or I'm gonna save it. It's either a tank or a save.
We're gonna be surprised if you're like the way we're thinking. Where you're like you don't hate it, but you don't love it, or vice versa. You're like I don't hate
Sam,
too, but I don't
want
love
you
it.
to savor this next week where you still have a chance of your 99%.
You have no idea what jokes we have coming, Jackson. I think you're gonna be like, well, honestly, the movie sucked, but these jokes
is
were worth it.
Oh no, the discussion will be worth it. It better be, you cocksucker, because
oh, you have no idea, Jackson.
You
What's
can't
coming?
call me a cocksucker because I'll suck cock any day, any week.
We are
365 party girl.
we are coming to an end, and when we come to the end of this episode, and we do our bit, you're gonna be like. If your jaw's not on the floor, we'll be surprised.
We'll be a little mad.
We'll be a little mad. When Jackson, you asked if this.
Sorry, we need to know Jackson's thought on this.
Oh yeah, Jackson needs to explain Breakout.
Yeah, so it was a last minute pivot because the blizzard trapped me, and I haven't been able to fucking leave. Last week an ice blizzard trapped me, and now this week a snow blizzard trapped me. But yeah, this for a last minute pivot, I wasn't sure what to expect. I never heard of this before, but I'm always down for Charles Bronson, so I was like, okay, that'll be something if nothing else. And you know, it's funny because like Matt, I think you said it. I kind of agree. It reminded me a lot of Machine Gun McCain in the sense that like it's a very strange movie. It's not the best movie. It's definitely got a lot of problems like writing wise and stuff, but much more so, I'll even say, the Machine Gun McCain. I fucked with it. Like
I had more fun with this one, right?
Yeah, like Machine Gun McCain, I was like, okay, like I like it for what it is.
I'll drink my Voodoo Ranger to that.
And this one, like, yes.
Well, because Machine Gun McCain seemed my bad. You keep going.
I was just gonna say, like, this one was also kind of like, I liked it for what it was, but by the end of the movie, I was like, no, I think I genuinely just like this. I don't know, because I was really invested in it. I really liked all the characters. Really, like in the last 20 minutes when they're trying to get out of the prison, I was genuinely like super invested. I was like, come on, like get out of there, you know?
He's pushing through people.
Like,
Well,
it did a good job like getting me in.
See, that's the thing is with Machine Gun McCain, which I'll agree with you on this, Jackson. I had a better time as far as like I enjoyed all the characters and I had a more fulfilling experience because Machine Gun McCain ends so nihilistically.
Yeah.
Like everyone gets gunned down. This one ends with like a happy ending, almost. Like, yeah, the bad guy gets his shit ripped apart by a plane, but you want to clap when he does. You're like, yes.
I just have to say, I lost count of the number of times I said "what the fuck" out loud. Because that was the last one, I guess. Because that was like that wasn't even a "what the fuck." That was a "holy shit." When he got ripped apart by that plane, that was fucking
For 75 to do that in a regular movie. I'm just like, oh,
same. I was like, yo, claps. Because I literally. So I want to say this. We watched this on VHS. I literally had to jump across the blow-up bed that we have and rewind it physically just to rewatch that whole scene.
We
So
lost
I just want to
our
let you guys know,
shit.
it wasn't just like, I get to. No, I had to like get up my ass up.
You
and
dove.
move.
You
I dove to like. I literally dove.
Because we had to see it again
this.
I'm
immediately.
imagining you diving forward and your head just like hitting the fucking TV.
See that close, but I didn't hit it. Actually, it was more.
He was literally Charles Bronson diving on him right as he was about to shoot Robert Duvall, and
then I
then
went,
that dude stood up and was about to shoot him, but that plane fucking got him.
I told Sam, I said, "Did you see that?" And he said, "No," and I went.
You didn't see it? Oh,
I had seen this movie before. I did not remember how fucking crazy this was in the end, and then Matt doing that really like just dropped the adrenaline up.
I was like, "No, you have to see this." And so like I want to put that out there because like watch this on VHS if you can. You probably nobody can. It's
There's,
on Pluto and Voodoo.
There are a couple scenes that really fucking cut off the frame. When he's talking to him about using his wife as a Mexican whore, you couldn't see the cop off to the side, which is in the
But then he just
the super widescreen. So,
But honestly, I didn't hate it because like the constant movement of the VHS gave it life. Like there was constantly like a line going down the screen, or like the movement of the jitteriness. And I was like, this movie honestly hits more with this than if I saw like a 4K restoration. I mean, I probably would have enjoyed it still, but like this made it feel like a movie. I don't know. Which
It's
again,
kind of like what we had with Autumn's Tale with the like broken English subtitles and shit. There's like a feeling to it, kind of.
that's why I want to say, people, if you can, watch your movies in VHS if you still have them. Watch them in Laserdisc. Watch them on DVD. I don't give a shit.
Just make sure you pay your rent rather than get the laser disc.
I'm not gonna pay my rent for multiple reasons this weekend. Now that I'm with
We didn't tell you, dude. Okay, so slide aside. We went to Entertain Mart. I got to show Sam that place. We're at Laserdisc. What we did, we went through the entire Laserdisc collection, and we found every fucking movie that we showed on our podcast, and we put them in a fucking row.
Yeah, we had like 20 of our movies.
20 of them, by the way. Yeah, 20.
And so we're like, anyone who needs a
like,
fucking selection, we got the fucking curation for you.
We literally took our time to do that too. It was kind of funny.
We got the Shank. We got all sorts
We
of
got the
things.
Shank,
we got Redbeard on Laserdisc. Like
Redbeard.
We all put that shit
One
together.
False Move.
Yeah. It was all
Kansas City. Robert
City.
Altman's Kansas City.
Kansas. Wow.
That's what started it.
Yeah, and we literally just started to like pop. We were like, you know what? And then we went over to another area.
We
and then
can't
just,
buy any of them, but we're gonna put them all together for anyone who needs a fucking curation.
They're gonna be like, oh, and then it's like if they just buy a
movies.
stack, it's because of us.
Good word. I love it.
Yes.
But yeah, there were so many, like, this movie was so goddamn bizarre for so much of it. Like, the number of times I just sat here and said, what the fuck, out loud. Like, what is happening? Like, that's his plan. Just send Randy Quaid in and drag. Like, no one's gonna fucking notice. Like,
She saw that plane ripped in half, and then he said, I can get it together in 30 minutes, and then the next scene is him flying that plane. He can do the shit that he needs to do.
Randy Quaid just wanted to be fucked by a bunch of Mexicans.
well, that makes two of us, I guess. Yes, I'm glad. I know this was a last minute pick, but I'm glad that you picked this, Sam, because again, it's one of those movies I never heard of, never would have seen, and I appreciated it. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
No, that's where I think Robert Duvall is probably the most underrated person in this, because he gave, like, when he was getting buried alive and he was screaming, it was some of the most intense, like, fucked up, like, oh, God. And then it just finishes.
I mean, it shows you why he's such a good actor nowadays. And like, that's like, clearly people get their start from somewhere. And like, I feel like somebody saw this movie and was like, yo, homeboy's lit.
Returning from Tender Mercies, this is the way you gotta fucking return from Tender Mercies. This is a, like, just as dirty, just as sweaty, just as fucking, like, goddamn greasy, with some lack of fucking being an okay person, and it just fucking takes you on that. And then John Huston's the most fake scenes out of all of them, where he is in another fucking setting in the
he's in another
building.
world.
Whole other world.
He filmed all of his scenes in one day, clearly, and just did it for a paycheck. But again, can't disrespect.
Well, it's funny because like people, like even John Huston doing it for the paycheck, still good.
I think Matt literally said he just did this for the paycheck when we were watching it, because he just was hamming it. He had the cigar, which made me want a cigar. He is David Lynch. So,
I mean, hey, the thing is like when you see actors that do them for a paycheck, there's some you can tell, there's some you find out about later, and you're like, oh, I feel like this is one of those. Oh, and you're not mad, because the thing is you're like, well, you still gave it more than whatever other actor they were gonna hire.
That's the thing. You can tell it's for the paycheck, not because of his performance, but because all of he's only in like 3 scenes. They're all in the same location, and it's just clear that that's what that was. But
he goes ham.
his 3 little scenes that he's got, he kills it. Like he gives it his all. He's not just phoning it in.
It's like Cassavetes and Machine Gun McCain. Apparently, did that for the paycheck.
Well, that's
but
Jackson.
He's doing it for the paycheck,
Jackson.
and he still is not phoning it in.
Yeah, no, they establish in the very first scene that he's like the handler, CIA guy tells him like, yeah, this is what's going on, and you're gonna help us and shit, and he's like, all right then, and it's like,
yeah,
okay.
because Bronson screaming at her that like they don't want the best for him, they don't want you to get your husband back, maybe even you don't want your husband back, is a very big like wake up call for both her and the audience of like, now you really can't trust the people who are trying to save this person other than Bronson, and it really puts you in his corner and puts you in that.
Is the audacity of Charles Bronson to be like,
fuck his wife?
The reason this is getting fucked up is because you're doing something wrong and you're telling them and you're not cool. I'm like, no, it's because your plans are dumb as shit. Sending Randy Quaid in drag was not a good plan, you stupid fuck. Like,
Well, how much?
It almost worked. It almost. Hey, his original plan was to send her in, and it would have worked if it was her.
True enough, but that doesn't mean that like that's still not a dumb plan. Like that's why it didn't.
But also the scene.
Hey, I was about to say, I'm like, you know what? It's funny because we think it's a dumb plan, right? Put yourself in 1977. Is that such a dumb plan then?
Yeah.
I'm doing the one-eyed like.
I do think
sure?
the scene
And I know
where Quaid is getting beat up and he is freaking out and being held back is like a very emotional, like he put the people that trusted him in these perilous kind of ventures that weren't going to work out, and then the fact that that was a moment where he realized like, you can't fucking do that shit to
he
people.
said I fucked up.
He did say I fucked
Hey,
up.
there was like a moment where he was like, this shouldn't have been he went, this isn't even funny anymore, and then he was just getting the shit kicked out, and we we're like,
but then there's me being like, oh, when he jumps out the car when he realizes he's getting beat up, I'm like, damn, Charles Bronson, you're ripped, you're hot, you're fucking doing your thing, you're fucking.
Bro, okay. I was telling the Sam, I was like, bro, for his age in that time frame, Charles Bronson is fucking ripped, dude.
Yeah.
Let's just bring that to light. His physique is nuts.
Oh yeah, that was one thing that never really changed. He's still.
I mean, like when we saw him in, Yes, Virginia, there's still Santa Claus, right? He's old. He's not like gross looking, but he's still like fit.
He's still got a good build, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, that's goals. Goals.
Yeah.
Also, can you, Jackson, right now, can you superimpose Charles Bronson's mugshot in front of me? Just have it fade in just over me right now, just like this.
I will try my hardest.
Coolest mugshot ever.
I don't think I've seen this, and I love Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson's mugshot is the best thing ever. He along the lines with Frank Sinatra's and Paul Newman's, and Steve McQueen. It's Steve McQueen, not Paul Newman. Steve McQueen. Those 3 mugshots I need on my fucking. The coolest men ever to have a mugshot.
Yeah. I believe.
But like, I love this man so much. So like, when Sam brought the movie, I was like, yo, hell yeah, I've never seen this before. When he put it on and fucking John Huston shows up.
Yeah, that.
And then Jill Ireland, of course. Tell me this isn't the most bangerest mugshot you've ever seen in your life.
Okay, yeah, no, that's the most like hardcore mugshot I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, dude, fade that over me when I say that, because like his mugshot, ugh, I love him. He's
amazing.
He's amazing. He is the best, and
that's a colorized post-edit version.
But still, like, dude, and even in that, mean mugging.
That
like,
dude
you
knew
don't,
what
you,
was up. That dude could handle
if you go into a prison like room and you see that guy, you don't fuck with him.
In any environment, under any circumstances, he would fuck you up.
No, and then things like he's a nice guy, so you're just like, don't fuck with him. He's gonna fuck you up. He's literally gonna fuck you up. And also, he's such a like art kid. If you find out about him, like I think we probably looked this up. I'm 90% sure dude was like more of an art kid like us.
That would be really cool.
I think he is.
It's just crazy that like he can find some roles that really he can sink into, express himself in more ways than we usually kind of get with it, but also maybe it's the writing. Maybe he had such a well-rounded character that he was allowed to do that. But I don't know. I really enjoyed this performance from him. I think the movie is what it is, but it's how often do you get a fucking movie where a dude drops a helicopter into a Mexican prison, saves Robert Duvall, and then fucking
Dressed
dips
as
out?
Helena Rowell. Like, bro is dressed like a general.
Yeah. And then Duvall's friend who fucking hops on is trying to escape with
Shit
them.
was so sad.
Bro,
I was telling Sam the whole time, I was like, is he gonna fall off because there's too much weight? Are they gonna knock him off? And then he gets shot, and I was like, oh, because that
The
makes
weight
sense.
was
Because they were like,
lifted.
they were
The weight
getting
was
weighed down
lifted.
by him.
The weight was lifted.
All right, so where were we at on breakdown?
I don't
Break out. My bad. Kurt Russell. I'm on the brain. Let's see why.
Yeah, I just think, again, it was a fun time. I'm glad kind of that our little pivot happened just because I'm glad I got to see it because I never would have otherwise.
We're not.
Well, it's okay. We'll save it for next time. It's not like we're abandoning it. It's just,
It's the ultimate romance story, okay? So it doesn't matter. This is actually for the best, but I'm mad.
We're talking when Harry met Sally times 10.
Yeah.
You
Christoph Gans got some Christoph gains when he gained the fucking faith of the fan base back with this in my heart.
And if the movie is doing as bad as it says, why was the whole theater packed when we saw it? Literally, it was packed.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I love it.
Tell me that, Sam.
I love it. I love it.
You're gonna be like, you're gonna say this
No,
is
but
stupid,
it's-
and then you're gonna be like, yo,
Yeah,
I
and
fuck with this part,
literally,
and
like-
then you're gonna be like, what?
This is
then you're
horrible.
like,
And
yo,
then
I
you're like,
fuck with this part.
oh my god, this is good. And then it's like,
What the fuck? Time's the ticking, Christoph. You're gonna fuck up, and we're gonna take the reins.
That'll be a hell of a pitch.
We're gonna get there. But at the end of fucking Breakout,
I'm sorry,
we gotta
Jackson.
clap.
I apologize, Jackson. We're going off the rails, but
It's cool.
We're setting it up for the ending, though.
Jackson, I don't know if Matt's seen this movie, but for Injustice for All, if nobody's seen that, watch that movie because that's another movie where someone flies a goddamn one of those like 2-person
Holy
helicopters,
shit. Yeah.
and it's in another amazing movie where that happens.
Jack Warden flies the shit out of that helicopter. He does.
With
I-
the chain now.
Can we all say that Randy Quaid is the ultimate like aviation technician in movies because of Independence Day as well?
Very true. I hadn't thought of that.
I'm choosing that for 4th of July, by the way. That's my locking that in right now. Just because of this, we're locking it
We
in.
did a 4th of July episode last year, so that'll be fun to do one this year.
Yes, we got to do Independence Day.
But
Season 4, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, I think again, my basic thing is just I'm glad that, you picked it because I wasn't expecting to I saw it and I was like, okay, this will be something, hopefully this isn't too bad. And I fuck with it a lot more than I thought I was going to, especially at the beginning. I just thought oh, okay, this is going to be another Machine Gun McCain where it's I don't really have any strong feelings about it. It is what it is and I enjoy it for what it is. But I actually did, I fuck with it quite a bit. By the time it was over, I was like, all right, I fuck with that. I'm glad I watched it. So.
Hell yeah.
Good.
I mean, we had a good time with it. It was funny because Sam was like, I need to change my pick immediately as we were watching this because there was 8,000 lines that Charles Bronson said that we were quotable. We can't quote him now, but we were quotable.
The whole first scene where Jill Ireland meets him and he's just saucing her up and then also fucking smacking it down. And she's just playing him for a fool, but he also knows that she's playing him for a fool. So he's like, let me fucking say this amount. And then I'm going to tell Randy Quaid that we're getting less, so then you don't fucking know about that. And then it happens again, and then he's like, we're getting this amount. Hey, she's giving us this amount. And then it finally hits the 50,000, and then he splits it up. He does his fucking do.
He divvies it up. And that's why we like Charles Bronson in this movie.
He finally learns his lesson.
One of my favorite parts, or what the most I felt bad about, was the fucking local sheriff whose wife kept getting caught up in this shit. And he was like, you just want to use my wife like she's a lawnmower. It's I like literally was just like, oh my god, dude.
She was one of my favorite parts and one of the wildest parts.
All she wanted was a pinata from Mexico.
She tried to grab the pinata.
That's all that mattered.
I was like, damn.
That scene in the fucking hotel room where she's just, that was the loudest of all the what the fucks. Just like, yeah, getting raped. I should be so lucky. I'm like,
me and Sam were like looking at each other like, what the fuck, dude?
Did you catch that when Charles Bronson was like, yeah, if only you were so lucky to not be the one to do that, and then he looks away and I'm like, Charles, did you get fucking touched when you were young? Like, it's sad. There's depths to the characters. Like it encapsulates so much of every single person involved.
And him grabbing her throat later, like that whole thing was like
the whole sheriff with the wife in the trailer park made me think of Shortcuts and Freeway. Yeah, both of those. Like I was like, both of those give these vibes with the scenes, and they were drinking Coors, and we were drinking Coors, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, well there you go. Helps get in the mood right there.
But yeah, no, this movie. I'm glad you're in the same boat where it was like I had a better time than Machine Gun McCain, but also, what the fuck?
Right, like what the fuck is this movie? Like, so many points where I was like,
and the fact that it's based off
it's Breakdown, motherfucker.
And the fact that it's based off a true story is crazy too.
Yeah,
I do love the back image where he's getting fucking chokeholded by the gun.
Yeah.
Or I said Breakdown. It's Breakout.
Breakout, not Breakdown with Kurt Russell. We got Kurt Russell on the mind.
Impossible. Not for Charles Bronson. Or not even just for Charles, not for Bronson.
I'm also thinking of Kurt Russell.
I'd pay good money to see Charles Bronson just fucking parachute into Epstein Island and kill everyone. sorry.
It's his death
pay
wish.
$10 billion to see that happen.
Yes. So now,
I'm hosting you, fucking cunt.
Okay, fuck you. fucking host then. God damn.
I'll fucking host because I have a sneaking suspicion, because my pick got changed at the last minute for something, that a man in front of us is not who he says he is.
And you ugly fucker.
He is.
You're an alien.
He looks like the male alien.
Yes. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have my They Live. I have action figures of They Live.
What's going on?
We came here to chew
Obey,
bubble gum,
motherfuckers,
talk
obey.
about Return to Silent Hill, and kick ass. We're all out of bubble gum, and
nobody wants
Return to Silent Hill. So here we are, you motherfucker. It's John Carpenter. It's
And we
Matt
see
Smith,
you.
and we see you.
Obey.
Oh, wait, I'll be right back. You don't have the photos, but it.
Oh. Yes. Fuck. We're so close.
Pretend, Jackson. Pretend.
Picture this.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Look at the beard.
Fuck.
Shazam effect with Nelson Mandela.
Wow.
You know the amount of layers
that's
Joke
Keith
has?
David. That's Keith David.
Keith David.
Don't think anything else. That's Keith David.
Yeah, we're putting that as Keith David.
Layers right there, at least.
But we see you. And these, it doesn't matter what kind of shades you have now.
I'm about to say you don't have the right kind.
Matt, your shades aren't on. How do you not see
him? I know what he is.
You don't need the sunglasses to see that.
Now that he knows once, he knows forever.
When you see somebody, you know who they are on the inside.
Do they live or do they die?
Or did they die just like us? We're going to find out on this episode of 33. As we say, picture this.
I dropped my shit.
Picture this. You're a Rowdy Roddy Piper. A renowned wrestler. A hunk, as they would say back in the day. And you've never really acted before. But hey, you know what you play in this movie?
Hell Comes to Frogtown was before this. But...
Never really acted before.
Fair.
Sorry, I'm using never really. Never really. And you didn't really act on this either. But it's okay. Because you know what? You're Rowdy Roddy Piper. You're a wrestler. And you know what you are in this movie? You are a homeless man. You're just trying to get by. You got your hands, you got your arms, you got your muscles, you got your tools. And this, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, is probably the greatest intro to the This Is Not They Live XXX porn parody. Because a man with his tools, and a man with his arms, and a man with sweat, and a man like Keith David, who is also like that man, but wearing a purple ass fucking wife beater the whole movie, says something about this movie. And I don't want to say what, because you know what? This movie is not the They Live XXX This Is Not They Live porn parody. This is They Live by John Carpenter. And in this movie, Roddy Piper teams up with Keith David, and they're both houseless men. Not homeless, houseless. Because they do have a home. They have the home in their little shanty town that is built right next.
Excuse you, Hoovertown?
We're not talking about the Hoovers in this fucking podcast. Shanty town that is built next to this church. And Roddy Piper, he's a curious man. He likes to get involved in what is going on. He doesn't follow a man unless he knows where he's going. And that really shows what he's about in this whole fucking movie. But he finds out this church is trying to broadcast some spooky signal, right? Talking about some aliens. Maybe. Maybe not aliens. Maybe just the rich. Maybe they're talking about Elon Musk. But we don't know. They're just talking about people.
Unless we put on the shades.
Then we'll know. And he comes to find out the truth. Because, like the X-Files says, the truth is out there. And Roddy Piper finds the truth, which is in these shades. As we have insinuated to. Or we see Jackson. What he truly is.
You fucking male alien.
But while we're calling ice on Jackson for being an alien, there is a riot in the streets because of this. Because, of course, the aliens that we are talking about are not the ones we're deporting, but the ones Jackson is referencing, which is ICE. Those are the true aliens who have come onto this earth. And as we say in the movie, the year 2025 is when all the aliens will have converged, and we have no choice but to be under their will.
Yeah, now we're in 2026, so now we know.
I would say that anything in this movie has happened already, which is why John Carpenter is a genius, but we'll get to that. We're getting to the point that Keith David and Roddy Piper, who, as I should say, are homeless men, houseless men, by the beginning of this movie, and by the end of this movie, do not succumb to the capitalist, elitist propaganda that we are being fed every day. And they instead are trying to expose it. And they die trying. And guess who is standing in front of them in this moment? But at the very end, as we will talk about. Brunette lady, maybe brown haired, with the craziest blue eyes you can imagine. Stay away from those women. And stay away from the capitalist era that we live in, which hasn't changed since he made this movie, which is kind of scary. I will let all of us take this away. Sam, I know, has seen this before. Jackson, your first time. I'm very interested to see what you think of this John Carpenter movie that is not his best, but also, like, I think it's his most radical.
It's my
in the
favorite.
sense that, like, it says a message where, like, you're like, bro is not holding back on this one. He said, bing, and just shot you a message, and you were just like, wow. And honestly, I think this movie just gains greatness with age. And I'm going to leave it up.
Yeah, this was kind of a bittersweet thing for me, because this was like my last like golden era John Carpenter movie that I hadn't seen yet. So it was nice to finally cross it off the list. But it was also like, ah, man, I don't have any more from this time period. So like now it's just his shitty 90s stuff.
Hey.
Fair.
Hey.
Goes to Mars?
Goes to Mars.
Yeah.
Escape from L.A. and all that good shit. Which
Yeah, I haven't seen Escape from
squares
LA
with
yet.
better
I've seen
movies.
Escape from New York.
It's interesting. We can watch it.
Peter Fonda surfs on a CGI wave.
He does. And Pam Grier is a transvestite.
Oh.
That I did not know.
Wait, you haven't seen Escape from LA?
No.
Have you seen New York?
So you haven't seen Pam Grier as a male
You just
transvestite?
said-
And what you haven't seen, Jackson,
I've seen
is...
Bruce Campbell as the surgeon of Beverly Hills.
And he is great in that sequence. What you haven't seen is the very true, very unedited Kurt Russell half-court shot. Where he literally lands a fucking basketball half-court behind his fucking head in a legitimate shot and they don't cut.
That sounds pretty cool.
I was about to say, if you're missing anything, yes, that movie is nuts and weird. But that legitimately did happen and they said, like, it was very much like the Sigourney Weaver half-court shot. Well, they said, we didn't cut. He just made that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay, and John Leguizamo's in that movie.
That I did not know.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's behind his head.
So you've seen that They Live. They Live on 4K Steelbook. And then I got these fucking goddamn action figures.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
And his car hanging dash.
I've got
thing
too much
is
of They Live stuff.
They Live.
I've got too much They
Live.
Live to stuff.
That's pretty wild.
So I love this movie.
But long story short, it was bittersweet. It was cool, but it was bittersweet, kind of getting that last one out of the way. And yeah, it was as usual with John Carpenter. It was very well made and very entertaining and very enjoyable. And yeah, I think like again, there were definitely parts of it where I'm like, all right, the message is a little heavy-handed, but at the same time, I was like, I appreciate what he's going for. I'm in for the ride. I'm in for the story. I like the characters. I like, I was with him the whole way through. I loved Roddy Piper and Keith David's like relationship, how it formed over the movie. That fight scene between them was fucking batshit.
It was
Trying
funny.
He's trying to shove the glasses
Well,
on.
It's so funny because of how long it takes. I think that might be one of the longest fight scenes in a movie, like irregularly, until John Wick.
It was only supposed to be 20 seconds, and the two of them decided to basically just fight for real. And John Carpenter was like, "Okay." Like
That's what I love about like them just kicking the shit out of each other. And he's like, literally, I have to beat your ass into oblivion just to show you what I'm telling
my
you.
thing was I was just like, okay, this is definitely going on a little too long, but at the same time, I wasn't complaining because it was one of the most well staged fight scenes I've ever seen. I mean, just like.
And one of the things I want to say is when I think about that, and now that I'm thinking about it, like in the context of now, like that's verbal arguments. You ever imagine like this argument has gone on for too long? Like I'm literally listening to people like talk about the same thing over and over again, but then eventually somebody comes around.
No, it's 80s, but like it really. Maybe it's because of Matt playing Fortnite earlier as Marty McFly, but I feel like Back to the Future is the type of movie where like the scene where he has to go over the water and he does his board thing and everything is like the same equivalent of that scene where they fight, because like this just captures this whole entire environment, this whole entire like situation where you got to get to the point A to point B. He needs to get him to understand that they're fucking aliens, and you just push through it. And
Sam, you hit on something that I did not expect, but that makes sense. Because like honestly, when you think about that scene in Back to the Future, it's kind of a throwaway scene, but then when you analyze it more, it's like, oh,
it's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, again, it's the whole thing is it's very creative. It's a good idea. I think like for the most part they execute it well. Again, there were points when I was like, all right, it's a little on the nose, but it was fun. I liked it. It was like classic, nobody could make a fucking, movie at that time quite like John Carpenter could. I mean, like just his trademark like style and a lot of the action scenes, like every time, because there are like 2 or 3 different ones in the movie. Every time there's a scene where the cops or whoever, they like raid the places and like ransack everything. That shit was nuts. Like the scene where they're like raiding the homeless encampment
The way that
bust up the meeting later, that shit was insane.
well, I was thinking like that dump truck, like I'm sure what you're talking about, like when they ran the way it just like turns from where you think it's gonna go to the church, right?
Yeah.
And then like it just turns to the homeless camp, and you're just like, oh, you just kind of get that. Oh,
I will say though, one of the funny, like kind of unintentionally funny parts of the movie to me was like when Roddy Piper's just staring around, and he looks up, and there's like that they do that jump scare where he looks up and there's the helicopter, and I'm just like it wouldn't have been making noise before he looked up at it. Like that was kind of hilarious to me. But other than that, like little things.
I mean, there's a lot of that in the movie. I'll give it that. But like, I just kind of like over the years, maybe because I saw this also when I was young, and so like built on me. But just over the years, I kind of appreciate more and more about it, and I kind of throw away those parts for like the damn homeboy was trying to say some shit.
He was. It's definitely his like most like definitely like message heavy film that I've ever seen from him, and he was really going in on it, and you know I admire that like bro was not pulling any punches with it. But
I mean, the homeless guy that became the rich guy.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts of the movie was that whole section where I was just like, oh wow, like this is nuts, because you could kind of tell at the beginning that guy, you know, like wasn't with the rest of them, you know, with how they felt and everything. But I still didn't expect he was gonna turn, and that was just crazy because I was like, the whole part where he's like, come on, man, like we may as well, everyone, they're gonna do it no matter what. We may as well be on the winning team, you know. I was like, god damn.
You almost agree with him.
Yeah, well, that's where like the first time I
agree
saw
with him.
this was when Matt showed me over COVID, and that was something I somehow forgot until rewatching it this time. And I feel like that's the part that's going to stick with me the most now, is that kind of like transition from him becoming this person within the fucking organization.
Well, he wasn't within the organization.
At
They
first.
were trying to recruit him, kind of.
Yeah,
kind
at first.
of, in a sense.
And so
He
when
was just not.
when the dude with the goatee is there again at the end and trying to be like,
hey, you fella.
I didn't know y'all were a part of it and everything. It just was like,
I love his reaction too when after they find out and they shoot the other guys and they cut back to him and he's just like, "See you later." He just like hits his like thing, like the way he does that. Like the actor, I don't know his name, but damn, he was killing it.
I want to shout him out. George Buck Flower is his name, and he was in a lot of John Carpenter movies. And this is by far the biggest part I've ever seen him have. Because he had a small part in Starman, he had a small part in The Fog. He was in a couple others, but like this is the first time I've ever seen him have like a major role. And I was like, oh, I didn't recognize him at first because he's a lot thinner in this than in all the other ones I've seen. And I'm just like, oh shit, like I didn't know that was him. Like cool, like shout out to him for like finally graduating to like getting a big part in one of these movies. Because he did a great job. Everybody did. Like Meg Foster as the lady, you know, she was good, and just the street preacher guy, he was great.
Yeah.
Everybody did, you know, a really good
I will
job.
say this, Jackson, the fact that it's your first time saying it, like the more you see the movie, I feel like the more you're gonna be like, oh, you know, like in a good way. Like it's like, oh shit, they really were like, they were fucking thinking about this. Because
I mean, I was aware of that watching it this time. I was just like, you know, there were parts of the movie where I was definitely thinking to myself, like, okay, so he was kind of thinking about a lot of these talking points, like way back before they became more kind of popular to talk about. So, you know,
and like the shot where she fucking hits him with the coffee pot out the fucking window.
that shit
And
was
that like it's like a nut, like the top shot when then it, bam, and then he just falls. I just was like, yo, this movie is nuts. And it's funny because when I saw it, I didn't think anything of it, and then like years later, when I got to know movies, I was like, actually, this shot is kind of nuts.
yeah.
I mean, he does an amazing job directing it. I mean, the whole thing is very like, you know, again, as it always was with him, it's very well made and well shot.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the only think about
you saw this when you were really young,
like because I like
how
wrestling.
How does it kind of like change seeing it now and like?
Well, because before, in my opinion, like the way I saw it when I was young, right, it was a lot more actiony, a lot more like less political whatsoever. Like I did not see the politics. I just saw like, oh, Roddy Piper's a guy. He's a man of the streets. He's fighting for goodness. He doesn't like want the aliens to make us stupid. That's literally
now
what I
it's
like.
Now it's now.
And then it's funny because you can think of it that way. it makes sense as a 12-year-old. But then when you watch it as a older person, you're like, oh fuck, there's all these messages in it that he's trying to say, and like you get that. But like the fact that he can do both, I think is very interesting because he got me as a 12-year-old.
It's weird to me because like on the one hand, I do commend it for that a lot. I commend it for like literally if you just want to look at this, like take it at fucking surface value, you know, and just be like it's just aliens and there's no metaphor for it. It does track in that way. But
that's what I liked about it. And then I got it. Now that I get it, I'm like, yo, this movie is genius.
At the same time, though, I am watching it and I'm like, to me, it's almost like, you know, the aliens aren't even like he's literally just saying like this is what it is, you know. Like
well, it's about greed. It's about greed, right?
Yeah.
And that's the whole. As a kid, you don't get that. You probably thank God you shouldn't as a kid probably get that honestly. And I got that like I got this. I saw this in college, right? And I got it then. But then, like, watching it now, just with, like, a very big gap in between everything and seeing it with Sam and just kind of vibing, I was really picking up on all of the small things. And the fact that, like, the whole gimmick ended at a news station. I felt like I was like, this ties together with broadcast news a little bit. But also, I was like, I get it. I get what they're trying to say. Like, it makes so much sense. And then me and even Sam commented on this. The ending of the movie just ended on the girl on top of the alien. He's like, what's wrong, baby? Like, I thought that was like, it's funny because it's funny. But then when you think about it, it's like, legitimately, that is the whole movie encapsulated in one moment. Especially, it's like this alien fucking this human girl, her seeing him and going, what's wrong?
She also doesn't recognize the person that she's sleeping with, and that's a whole other conversation.
Literally, I was like, it's funny because we're like, is that it? And I'm like, honestly, that's probably the best way you could do it. Like, and I give him props for that.
When it ended, I definitely was like, that was kind of weird, but also funny and sort of fitting that it was the last scene. What I thought was hilarious was the scene right before that, where they're in the bar and you hear on the TV him say,
"It's not John Carpenter, it's George Romero."
John Carpenter and George Romero need to just, you know.
Well, that's where I felt like the movie got like meta. At that point, you can see John Carpenter's middle finger coming through the screen, 3D, and then it ends with that scene. He's just like literally just doing this to you the whole time, just like.
It's funny because I do think like that scene is the kind of the last moment of many moments of the movie of John Carpenter just kind of being angry and not giving a fuck, you know, just like I'm gonna get this goddamn point across and I don't care. And you can
Jackson, have you seen Assault on Precinct 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what did you like it?
I love that movie. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that's a very heavy commentary that doesn't really come across, especially in the Ethan Hawke version, which I love.
Well, yeah.
But like, it's like Carpenter had some fucking wild shit to say, and I just don't think when people talk about his movies, even fucking Halloween,
well,
you just don't
like Halloween.
You
don't see the middle finger there in Halloween. This one, you see the middle finger. Like, it's literally, in my opinion, like it's literally him just going.
The only one, because he's had plenty of movies where he was trying to say something, whether people acknowledge that or not. But this is the only one where he's like screaming it at you and like giving you the middle finger the whole time.
And that's what I love about the movie too, because like it's weird because when you watch it, like again, you could resign yourself to my 12-year-old sense and be like, this movie is just fun, it's interesting, it's action packed, whatever. But then you can watch it when you're our age and then just get it and be like, yo, this man was saying something. And not only with that, like I appreciate that he was just giving you the finger. At some points, like I feel like that fight scene was almost a finger. Like that fight scene with him and Keith David was like, "Hey, fuck you. We're gonna watch you. You're gonna see this fight scene.
10 minutes. We're gonna watch these two beat the shit out of you."
Yeah, and he was just like, "You know what? You have no choice. We're gonna watch this.
You're gonna watch it, and you're gonna marvel at it.
And then it's gonna work afterwards because then you're gonna join the cause and you're gonna fucking also make very heavy Dawn of the Dead vibes between like the way they go through the building, the way they." Like ascend upwards, and
it's funny you should say that, Sam, because Dawn of the Dead also was George Romero trying to do commentary on like materialism and stuff. So that's like I can see why when they threw his name in there with John Carpenter at the end of the movie, I was like, okay,
they've done on purpose.
Yeah,
that's why he's such a genius, dude, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck people who say John Carpenter is a one-hit wonder too.
Well, okay, so I'm glad you said that because again, I'm gonna fucking. I was thinking about that when we were talking about Touch of Evil. John Carpenter was very similar to Orson Welles in that when his movies were coming out, they were not getting the respect that they deserved. Like,
I feel like other than Halloween, everything else he made wasn't respected.
when it came out, almost all of his classics, like when they came out, were shit on.
But the thing,
fucking
that was shit on too.
The Fog, like all of Assault on Precinct 13, this Big Trouble in Little China, like all of his classics were like shit on when they came out, and they're all fucking bangers. And again, I'm glad that like with time now, just like with Orson Welles, we can now acknowledge that John Carpenter is a fucking genius and that all these.
That he's
movies are
alive.
classics.
Well,
he's
he
alive.
Pissed me off though.
You know what
he said the substance was fucking horrible. So
okay, well, asterisk on this. Nowadays, I love the man to death. He seems like a bit of a prick, but
okay. I will love John Carpenter for this, and I like literally this is why like I fall back on him a little bit because I'm like, he said, "I made all my movies. Now I just want to sit here and play video games."
I respect him immensely.
I was like,
well, that's where I'm like, you literally wrote the Halloween theme on a like Nintendo controller, so like. You just want to play video games. I get it.
And like, he can have his opinions like Tarantino can.
Right.
Where were we at? Fucking They Live. John Carpenter's a goat. I fucking love that bitch. He changed my life. Changed my life. I'm sorry, Jackson.
All right, you ready for this? Jackson, are we 3 for 3?
Bro, I already asked that.
We are 3 for 3.
Oh yeah.
Now that we got that out of the way, I guess we got to hear this pitch.
You're not ready.
Bruh.
You were not ready.
Wait, Matt, pull out your notes. Jackson, you have not seen Return to Silent Hill. But what you don't know, now that you haven't seen it yet, because that is going to be my pick for next week's podcast episode, or this week's, scratch that, whatever the fuck, we know how to fix the franchise. We know how to take Christoph Gantz's vision. We know how to push it forward. We know how to fucking develop it. We know how to elevate it. We know how to fucking take it, but it's not the next one.
It's one after the next one.
Christoph Gantz is going to do another one, and it's going to be the 4th game in the franchise. But Konami is going to get our fucking approval for the 5th Silent Hill movie. And here we are.
You're not ready for it.
You're not ready for it.
Because there's a crossover of epic proportions.
Jackson.
Are you ready for this, Jackson?
Jackson. I want you...
Are you ready for this?
This doesn't matter for the audience, but... Picture this. Picture this.
You're Nancy Drew.
You're Nancy Drew. Fucking redhead mystique. Redhead fucking goddamn investigator.
And you know what you want to do for the first time? You want to try the Oculus.
And what do you get? A mysterious package.
From the Zuck.
From the Zuck. From the Zuck.
From the Zuck.
And what does that package contain? Contain?
It contains an Oculus.
It's a fucking Oculus, bro.
And
I can't see, so I gotta take this off.
But she gets an Oculus, and she puts it on. And you know what happens when she puts it on?
Oh, the vines grow.
Silent Hill happens.
You get stuck in Silent Hill. Oh, wait. Where's my... Wait. Jackson, you're Nancy Drew. You're putting on your Oculus for the first time. Boom!
You just hear this shit.
And those fucking Oculus glasses...
Suck to your face. They embed in your face, right? And you're in the Oculus, right? So you know what you are? You're in the Silent Hill metaverse, bitch.
Yeah. You're in the Zuck. Suck.
You are Nancy Drew in the Zuck Silent Hill metaverse.
Suck.
And guess what you have to do? You have to. You have to
Find yourself.
find yourself, but through a crazy Silent Hill exploration of monsters and shit. But you gotta find yourself in the metaverse.
Because you're Nancy Drew. You're a fucking smart-ass motherfucker. You're a redhead. You're gonna fucking figure this shit out.
You're gonna find yourself stuck there in the metaverse, right? Do we have you so far? Because it's gonna get crazier. We need to make sure we have you.
Yeah, do we have you? Are you gonna see this movie
We're like a
in
quarter of the way
theaters?
through this.
2032. Are you gonna see this movie in theaters? Directed by Matthew Patterson and Samuel Hollar, composed by Samuel Hollar, edited by Matthew Patterson.
We haven't finished the end of the movie yet. So are you with us that you're Nancy Drew, you're stuck in an Oculus sent to you by the Zuck, and you have to find yourself through the Silent Hill metaverse to find yourself, to unlock yourself. Huh?
I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out already, but keep going.
No, did you not hear me?
But does it make sense?
I'm gonna make it simple. You are Nancy Drew. You put an Oculus by the Zuck. You're now in Silent Hill in the metaverse. And you have to find yourself in the Silent Hill metaverse to unlock your real self.
Right.
Yes. So you do that. Nancy Drew does that. She unlocks herself from the Silent Hill metaverse. Only to find that she is in a Silent Hill of her own.
And so she starts investing in clues. She gets a goddamn fucking flashlight radio that won't turn off, and
You'll get that eventually.
It's gonna fuck you up. But the information she gets is crucial.
She finds photos of people like Chris Tucker. She finds photos
of people like George Lucas.
She finds photos of people that you think would never be involved in certain nefarious activities, and she's starting to put two and two together, right? She finds out
she's Nancy Drew.
She's not. Yeah, it's Nancy Drew, right? She doesn't find out she's in an island or on Silent Hill. She finds out she's on an island. And guess what? She sees Pyramid Head, right? Who is a part of the Silent Hill universe, as we know. And as we find out,
who is that fucking Pyramid Head?
Who is Pyramid Head?
Charlie goddamn Kirk.
Yep. And he is controlled by none other than Mr. Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
And Nancy Drew herself uncovers the Epstein files.
All fucking 3 million plus.
And through the Silent Hill universe, she breaks open the biggest case of America. And it becomes a Nancy Drew story at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the day, it's Nancy Drew meets Silent Hill story.
Yeah, Nancy Drew in the Silent Hill metaverse.
Yes. She has to go through the metaverse to find the Epstein files.
It's not the fourth movie, because Christoph Gans is going to do the fourth movie. Because the Konami gave him his blessing.
This is after they give up.
This is when they give up after that. And
Yeah,
then
they
we
give up,
are
and then we just
coming
come
to
in.
Konami. And you are Konami right now, Jackson. Do you say yes to Nancy Drew in the Silent Hill metaverse, discovering the Epstein files, discovering the horrific aspects?
Just think about Nancy Drew in Silent Hill.
A redhead in
And
Silent
you haven't
Hill.
seen the new one, so it doesn't make sense yet until you see it. And you'll be like, oh, this actually does work. I hate this. But it works.
Do you agree? That's the question. After all that fucking bullshit, do you agree?
Can you say no to that?
Can you say no to Nancy Drew in the goddamn Silent Hill metaverse?
I couldn't say no if I wanted to. That shit, the money just prints itself on that one.
Christoph Gans gained.
You have to see Silent Hill,
The fans.
Return to Silent Hill, so you know what we're talking about.
But also, you genuinely need to watch the fucking Silent Hill Revelation 3D, because that's fucking Sean Bean and the other actress from the main one finishing up their story, and then it's another story that ties into it.
Can I say this, Jackson? You're going to have a moment, and I need to put this in your head, so when you see it, you're going to be like, oh, this is what Matt was talking about, and I'm going to try to keep it vague. But there's going to be a moment where you do the meme, and you're like, when you find out your best friend has the same autism as you do, and you just start tweaking out. You're just like,
I'm sure that moment will come.
It will come, and you'll be like, "Why is this so fucking funny?"
You're gonna feel like Pyramid Head.
It's so fucking funny.
You are Pyramid. We all are Pyramid Head,
As the movie actually does tell you. Yes,
as it tells you.
we are Pyramid Head. And also, you're gonna be like, "I want to bang that fucking sexy spider girl's guts too."
Spider bitch.
Spider bitch.
Spider bitch with the booty.
See, you cannot tell me from what we're telling you right now that you're not interested in this
When
movie.
I told you last time we recorded that Christoph Gans had a vision, and you can't deny his fucking vision.
You actually,
I
can't
was
deny his
joking.
vision.
I was joking, and when you said nobody can tell me that, now that I have seen the vision is real. The vision stands hold. This vision fucking is true to word.
I will say this: you won't be bored.
You will not be fucking
You might
remotely.
in the first 20 minutes you may be like, "Where's this going?" And then like the last 40 minutes you'll be like, "Oh,
No.
oh."
In the first 20 minutes, you're gonna be like, "This is a joke," and then it is a joke, but it's the most best joke you could possibly have for like 30 minutes, and then the ending fucking happened, and it was like,
I will say for a full audience, the whole audience was like, "Yo," like they were having a good time. People were reacting, and I was like, "Okay."
Jackson, go see fucking Return to Silent Hill, you bitch.
I will this week.
Snow or not.
Whenever the snow melts, I'll get there.
Yeah, it's something worth
It's
seeing.
a romance. It's a romance.
It's like 8 different movies in a movie. And then you're like, "Oh, this is a video game movie," and then it makes sense because you feel like you're playing a video game, and that's why
Because
like,
it's
that's
fucking
where I was like,
hideous,
"Yo."
and it looks like a goddamn video game. Sorry, pause.
It is hideous.
It is hideous.
There are parts where
But
Sam and I looked at
it
each
is
other
also
like, "Are you fucking
gorgeous.
kidding me?"
It is also gorgeous at moments. There's a shot that rivals Beau is Afraid with the 360 like transition of the thing, much like Eddington. It rivals it, but it's gorgeous, and then it's hideous, and then it's one of the most worst things I've ever seen in my life, and then I love it.
Honestly, I'm gonna stand by Sam where like there are parts where you're just like, "This sucks," and then your parts are like, "Where the fuck do you come?" Like, what? Okay, you know, like I got the okay, you know, and then I would go back to like,
This sucks.
I'd be
This
like-
fucking sucks.
but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth this. It's worth the price of an admission ticket, as they would say in King Kong, as Colin Hanks would say in King Kong. Little hope.
Jackson, next week when we talk about this movie, we will discuss with you the Silent Hill moment.
I have to
had
do
after
the
this.
bit. Jackson doesn't. He's not going to get it until he sees it. So this might be part of the cold open. So Jackson, you're not going to get this bit, but I have to
20-minute
I have to do
cold
it now. I have to do
A
it now.
20-minute cold
I have to
open.
do it now.
Jesus
How do you
fucking
think
Christ.
that isn't gonna get cut? That whole entire fucking thing. There's no way.
Okay.
Well, no, from this episode, but this could be a part of the Silent Hill episode. The fucking Valentine's Day
Like
episode.
open it up with this, and you being like, "What the fuck?" This is the bus driver in the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie.
The zoom in worked really well.
It was low key kind of perfect.
You're gonna see the movie and you're gonna be like, "Oh," and then
you're gonna go back.
hopefully
to this...
you lose your shit laughing in the theater when there's nothing funny happening.
You'll laugh immediately. It's horrible, but it's so good. And then Matt, you're gonna go back to this footage and we're like, "Yeah, this is the cold open."
This better be the cold open.
Okay.
We said we were 3 for 3, but I really hope you fucking were 3 for 3. Watch Breakout. Watch They Live. Watch the goddamn movie that is Touch of Evil. And Orson Welles is not an animal. R.A.P. to Catherine O'Hara.
I'm 3 for 3. I hope everyone else is too.
I'm 3 for 3.
Sam or Jackson.
I'm very much 3 for 3.
All right, we are our 3 for 3 episode this week. That's great.
That's a 3 for 3. You fucking
That's a 3
bitches.
for yeah. That is a 3 for 3.